Hey loves, hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Okogene. If today is the very first time you're coming across my video, you're welcome. Please do not forget to subscribe, like and share. In this channel, I share sewing tutorials, sewing tricks and hack. So I'm doing a bit of a foundational course. So like back to basics, and I've done episode 1, which is the introductory part of what fashion design and garment production is. So this is the episode 2 of back to basics. What are the foundational knowledge if you're coming into sewing as a beginner? What do you need to know? So today's topic is terms used in sewing. What are the terms? What are things that you should be familiar with? If you're a beginner, there are basic sewing terms that you should be familiar with. First of all, I'll be talking about the popular ones. So first of all, let's talk about applique. So if you are new into sewing or you just want to come into sewing, when you go to your fashion designer, when you go to the place you make your clothes, you hear them saying, "Oh, we need to buy an applique and it's expensive." What is an applique? An applique is what you apply to a fabric. Is used to in sewing. Applique is used to describe the process of applying one kind of fabric on top of another layer of a fabric. It can either be sewing or gluing or glued in. It can also refer to a surface embellishment. I want to buy this thing. I want to put it on this side so that to be, Shana Wale. Applique. Number 2 is your neck width and depth. So in garment production, when I'm taking you on topic of measurement, so in garment production, you hear them saying, measure your neck width, neck depth. Bless you, money, amen. Measure your neck width, neck depth. Neck depth is how deep, and neck width is how wide. So let's say take a measurement of 2 inches deep and 2 inches wide. You get? Now you understand. Arm side is the opening in a bodice to when the sleeve is attached. So let me use my clothes. Let me use the side because I know one side will be showing. So let me use the side. So this line here is before you attach the sleeve is your arm side before you attach the sleeve. So that's what arm side is. Sorry, pardon me, I'm looking down. I just some things I have to read and explain. So we have that. Take your that. If you are a beginner, you should have heard about that. So what is that? That is a common technique used for shaping of garments. They normally appear around the waist and the bust, arm side. They are just small pleats or tuck in the fabric to give the garment a shape. Next is embellishment. What is embellishment? Embellishment is a decorative item added to improve the look of a garment. Embellishment can include buttons, jewels, or net stitching. That is embellishment. Bias. So you go to place that they sell fabrics or sewing items. I want to buy bias. What is bias? Bias is a 45-degree angle to a cross grain line. You can make your own bias. Let me just drop this. You can make yours. Bias is where there is the most stretch of a fabric. So you can make your own bias tape because we have what we call bias tape. So let me show you what it looks like. Bias tape look like this. This comes in different colors. Now you know. So we often confuse lining and linen. Linen is actually a fabric. It's a fabric itself. It's a type of fabric. It is similar to cotton. When you mean lining in garment production, it refers to the group of materials inserted into various garments, from skirts and shorts to dress. So you're making a dress. That's extra material that makes your dress not transparent inside. It is lining. Linen is a fabric itself, like cotton. So I think in production you can find linen in bed sheets. Now you understand. So don't say I want to buy linen. I want to buy lining. What they use as an underline for your dress. So we have gather. It's a way of gathering the fabric to create fullness in the fabric stitch as ruffles. We have hem. Hem is the finish bottom edge of a garment. So yeah, you either how to hem your dress, you either fold it in, weave it, use a lining to cover it, but the edge must be smooth to avoid fray. So for avoid it, just how would I explain it? I think I will show you one of the days we are dealing with fabric. I will show you what it looks like if you don't properly take care of your hem when you're sewing. We have pleats. Pleat is a type of fold in the fabric created by doubling the material back on itself and securing it in a place. So let's talk about allowance. We have ease allowance and we have seam allowance. Seam allowance is the fabric that you see on the inside seams of a dress or a skirt. It should be standard width throughout. So let's say you're making a dress and you have 1.5 inch as your seam allowance. It's going to be 1.5 inch from here, from your bust down to the length of your dress at the seam axis. Ease allowance is an additional space inserted between the body and the garment to facilitate body movement. Standard seam allowance is 1.5 inch. When you're making a dress or when you're seeing a tutorial and they say take ease allowance of so inches, it's not seam. Don't confuse both. They're not the same. I've just explained it. We have interfacing. Interfacing are textiles used to support and stabilize the fashion fabric of the garment. So we have fusible sewing and knit interfacing. So we have this hemming gum. They are part of fusible interfacing. They are placed through heat application. Sewing are stitched while knit is designed specifically for knit and stretchy fabrics. We have backstitch. So when you hear let's backstitch the fabric, it's used as the beginning and end of a machine sewing seam to keep it from unraveling. So when I was learning, they used to call it lock your stitch, but when I was picking on other tutorials I used to hear backstitch. So some will say lock your stitch. So bobbin, we have bobbin. For if you're using a sewing machine, you should know what a bobbin is. It's a plastic or a metal small spool of thread that goes in the bottom of your sewing machine. What you should know as a beginner is mannequin or dress form. You should be aware of it. You should know what it looks like, and I'll be attaching pictures here to show you what it looks like. Notch, when they're saying notch your fabric, it means a triangular piece cut outwards on the edge of a pattern piece. They did not tell you to go and cut out everything. No, it is notch, just a notch. We have piping. Piping is a way you can finish a clothes, dress, a blouse in a bias tape. Using bias tape, or the one you created to finish a dress, a cloth. So the right side and the wrong side of the fabric. So when you're marking a dress, just anything on the fabric, and they're like, oh, mark on the wrong side. If it is Ankara, small Ankara, it's easy for you to know the wrong side and the right side. If it is big Ankara, you have to mark so that you don't end up joining six pieces and one side of the six pieces is the back side, because they are when we had Chingavi and the rest, Avogue, I don't know what that one is, but I know that we have like good fabrics that the front and the back almost look alike. So you have to mark the back to be sure that this is the back, so you don't end up cutting and making mistake. When you're making crepe, likely there's some flower pattern that you will know the difference between back and front. But when it's plain, there are some high crepe that you can't even differentiate the front and the back. So some designers will just match too. You can't even tell. So you have to mark the front and the back. So these are just the popular ones that you would need to know. The popular statements that people will make when it comes to measurement, body measurement. I would explain other popular things that you will know, because when you're taking in garment production, in sewing, when you are drafting, they will mentioning things. You get some things that will be mentioned, and you have to take those measurements when you are taking your body measurements. So this is the end of this tutorial. Hope you found it helpful and hope you were educated. Hope you learned one or two things. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. Until next time, bye.